pleasant day to all my subscribers, my viewers, the obedient family, active citizens, Nigerians. Thank you for joining me once again. Now, I can tell you that Peter Obi, the victory is finally Peter Obi's own. Peter Obi have reclaimed the Labour Party fully. We talked about the whole Supreme Court judgment. We talked about the fact that, Inec was delaying in interpreting it or understanding it because they said they needed time to actually understand the judgment and blah, blah, blah. And later on, we heard that Inec actually scrapped out the name of Abure and his team. And then they had to put in the name of Senator Nanadi Usman and all that. I came out to make the video. In fact, at some point, I started saying, this might be a decoy and all that. And then Abure's candidates for the by-election in his faction, Inec refused to recognize them and blah, and then Abure decided to go back to court even after the Supreme Court had given a clear judgment on this matter, claiming that he's still active. Before even he went to court, he was claiming he's still active, and then coming out to actually try to malign Peter Obi, try to defame him, try to look for how to mess Peter Obi up, because they came up with one story that Peter Obi is actually trying to planning a coup d'etat against Tinubu and blah blah blah. A lot of lies and propaganda out there. But at the end of the day, he went to the High Court to go and sue Inec and all that. The High Court knocked him off, Inec knocked him off, and that was the final. In fact, the Federal High Court told him, don't bring this case here again. I'm going to be showing you that so that you will see. But before I do that, let me quickly also tell you that I've warned that the coalition leaders, especially in the North, are powerful people. And I can tell you that because of the failures of the APC, any sensible person that is a governor that feels that, you have, because of the fact that you are a governor, you have control over the APC, the people, you are lying. Now, yesterday I made a video where the Kaduna State governor was actually, stoned and chased away. Today, they have come for the head of the speaker of the State House of Assembly. It was God that saved him. They wanted to beat him blue-black. And then not only that, as we are talking in the by-elections, they have started manipulations again. Let me allow you to watch this series of videos, and when I come back, because that is just what it is at the end of the day. You'll see, when I come back, we'll continue with the video. Please watch. Now, for those that are not conversant with what is happening here, this is a lawmaker that attacked one of the opposition leaders. He spoke ill about El-Rufai in Kaduna State, and he's an APC lawmaker, and you can see what they are about to do to him. In fact, at some point in time, if not the intervention of securities and all that, and people that were begging, they were about to mess him up. They have started beating him. You understand? Look at him. They are beating the devil out of him. And then the securities were the ones that came to his rescue because they wanted to beat the hell out of him and make sure he feels the heat of what he actually said to about El-Rufai and the opposition. And this is what is actually, and the coalition, sorry, this is actually what is happening. Now let me take you into the events that played out today before even the by-elections. The arrangement that involves Inec and some APC guys. Let me take you to that video, and then when I come back, we can actually just continue with what we have to show.
Vehicle has been towed. They forcefully towed that vehicle, and that vehicle will have valuables in it. And they are claiming that they came here based on information, that they got an information that we kept ballot papers there. Now they have towed this vehicle, taking it to an unknown location by unknown people who claim to be operative of the DSS and police. So only God knows what they've gone to do with that vehicle. And our materials are inside, including funds to be disbursed to agents at polling units. So we don't know what this government is up to. We don't know what the APC government in Kaduna State is up to. This is the height of their desperation. This is the height of their desperation. They want to stop at nothing to ensure that they rig this election. So APC should know that this is not a local government election. Now they are bringing back. The world can see that they are towing back the vehicle. They are towing back the vehicle. Only God knows what they have gone to do with it. Only God knows what they have planted in it just to accuse us of wanting to manipulate this election. Kaki bari su ganki da shi. Za su kwace miki waya. Kaki gani bari su gani. Only God knows what they want to do with the what they went to do with the vehicle. This vehicle was parked in the hotel. Now they have brought it back. This is the towing van. We don't know the towing van by which company. This is the height of their desperation. This is the height of their desperation.
Now you've seen it, right? I've always maintained that INEC is an institution that is littered with corruption. And that is why even something as little as a by-election, there is still a lot of electoral criminalities going on. There's still malpractices going on. Even something as little as by-election, they can't conduct free and fair. And that is why when I start saying pay attention to this institution, because at the end of the day, these institutions are the ones that are going to manipulate it for the man sitting up there. He has lost, you can see what is actually happening in Kaduna State. He has lost the goodwill of the people. The people are not with him. So automatically, anybody that calls the name of APC is calling for trouble. I've told you, I said, it is going to be shocking during the campaigns. If you come to campaign for APC, you might end up they might beat the devil out of you. In fact, they will have to carry a lot of securities to come and campaign, because the people will not allow them campaign. But look at what INEC is doing. A little election like by-elections, INEC cannot conduct peacefully. INEC cannot do it in such a way that you clap for them. There's nothing like free and fair. The criminalities are still going on. And that is why when Randy Peters said we should pay attention on that institution, I totally agree with him. Because INEC is truly the weapon fashioned against the people. It is an institution that will aid and abet corruption and criminality. And that is why it is important for everybody to pay attention, including the opposition leaders. In my video yesterday, I was saying it. They need to start looking at INEC, looking for a way around INEC. Because INEC is that is the hope of the APC. APC don't have any other thing. It's rigging they are planning for 2027. Nothing more. They don't have any means, and that is why they are looking for how to get all the kings and queens of rigging. Looking for how to capture governors so that they can go and manipulate the results in their state. Looking for how to actually win all the people around that can easily help them to achieve what they are planning. Because they know that when it comes to the people, the love and the goodwill of the people, they don't have it. Look at something as little as a by-election. Criminalities don't start to go on. INEC cannot even conduct a free and fair by-election. So how do you expect them to conduct a free and fair 2027 major presidential election? How do you expect them? And that is why we need to pay attention to this. Now, while that is happening, let me take you to the story of the Labour Party, what is actually happening there. Finally, Abure is gone, and is gone for good. In fact, everybody don't reject him. The people in the Labour Party have rejected him. The obedient movement have rejected him. INEC have rejected him. The courts have rejected him. So it's a done deal for Abure. Let me take you to that video, and when I come back, we'll wrap this up. Now it reads from the Guardian newspaper, the headlines: Court INEC slams door on Abure, insists his tenure as LP chairman is over. Now let's get into the details. Now we all remember that Abure actually went to the court, and INEC too. The court slammed him, and INEC also deleted his name completely, and now he's left stranded. There is no more card to play for him. It is done. Now let's get to the details of this. Now it reads, the Labour Party's leadership crisis took a decisive turn on Friday as the Federal High Court in Abuja dismissed Julius Abure's case against the Independent National Electoral Commission, affirming he is no longer the party's national chairman. In suit number FHC ABJ CS 1523-2025, the court struck out Abure's suit for want of jurisdiction, echoing the Supreme Court's April 4, 2025 ruling, appeal number SCCV 556-2025, which nullifies all prior recognition of his leadership. Reacting to the judgment, Interim National Chairman Senator Naladi Usman, PhD, said the decision removes every lingering doubt, that is in quote, about Abure's status. This is another unambiguous affirmation of the rule of law and the Supreme Court's binding pronouncement. Usman declared, the chapter is closed. We must put distractions behind us and rebuild the Labour Party into the disciplined, people-centered movement Nigerians deserve. INEC's counter affidavit in the case left no room for ambiguity. The commission swore under oath that Abure's tenure, along with that of the National Executive Committee, expired in June 2024, and that the controversial March 2024 Nnewi National Convention, in quote, was never monitored nor recognized because it violates the 1999 Constitution, the Electoral Act 2022, INEC's guideline, and the Labour Party's constitution. Usman praised INEC's clarity, courage, and institutional integrity in stating the fact plainly and urging all Labour Party members to respect the supremacy of the Constitution and the authority of the court. With by-elections looming and the 2027 general elections in view, the ruling may finally end the fractional battle that has dogged the party for over a year. Now you can see it, right? It's finally a done deal for Abure and his APC thugs and his Uchins, Arab and B and the likes. It's a done deal for them. They are out of the Labour Party for good. In fact, their formation is completely clear now. There is no telling. There's no way he can actually do anything. So he should just go and look for how to work with the APC that he has been working with and tell his paymasters that, look, we cannot infiltrate that party no more. Let's get back to the video. Now, you've seen that Peter Obi finally won. And the truth is, it is good to actually sometimes play like the fool and then show people that, look, the fact that I'm silent about this thing doesn't mean that I don't have my inner strength. I can tell you, if there is anybody I respect now, it's Peter Obi, because I'm telling you, a lot of people take him for granted. You might see him as the underdog. You might see him as this kind of person that don't have any strength to fight, but I'm telling you, he's a fighter to a fault. Look at how he used a clean and clear pattern to collect this thing, and then he didn't lord over. He allowed internal democracy to play. He allowed everything that he said he's not going to, everything he said he was not going to do, he didn't do it. And then at the end of the day, this victory was still theirs. So clearly, it is time for the Labour Party to start rebuilding, because a lot of people have left the Labour Party. We, the obedience, we have, to an extent, we are not partisan. That's the truth. We don't even they support any party. We just they support candidates. But there were obedience that were truly loving up on the Labour Party and all that. And then a lot of them, because of the whole tussle, got disappointed and they left. Some of the people that are supposed to run under the Labour Party refused to pick tickets from them because of the controversy. But now that is actually put to rest, it is time for the Labour Party, the team, Nana the Usman and her team, to start looking for how to rebuild, to start looking for how to reconcile with the people, to start looking for how to gain back the trust of the people. Because a lot of us, we don't come out from that Labour Party. And then we are just focusing on Peter Obi as a character. So it's time to start rebuilding. And it's good to see that anytime the enemies come with their shenanigans, they will end up being put to shame. They will end up being disgraced. They will end up being, in fact, the institutions that we felt were actually working with them are the ones that are disgracing them now. So it's clear that sometimes it is good to have both the lion and the lamb. You display the both. And that is what Peter Obi stands for. And that is what he has been speaking about. I can tell you that if there is anything called integrity, character, competence, this man hold and strong. Because all his moves, all his actions shows that he's not willing to play the politics that, every other person plays. Oh, godfatherism and all that. Even when some of the people that love him and trust his pattern and everything started compromising. As they're saying, take charge. In fact, there was a time Rifai got angry on national TV. Hussein Rifai. And he said, look, Peter Obi needs to take charge of this Labour Party. He needs to stand in as the leader of the Labour Party and blah, blah, blah. Peter Obi refused to intimidate. Peter Obi refused to snatch and grab. Peter Obi allowed internal democracy to play in the party. And at the end of the day, through the right medium, and when it was the right time, the whole party now is out of the hands of the hoodlums that are double standard, wicked set of people, transactional, that have sold their soul to the devil, and they want to cripple the whole party. So let us hear where Abure will be talking from now. Now he's attacking Peter Obi. Peter Obi is desperate. Peter Obi is not desperate. Peter Obi's desperacy is to see Nigeria walk. Peter Obi is not desperate to be president. If tomorrow there's somebody capable enough more than him, I know Peter Obi will sit down and support that person. Is when you have criminality all around. That is why he's still trying to contest and say, no, we will not allow, after trying to remove one criminal, we'll put another one. No, it's not going to work like that. And that is why he's trying to come out. But at the end of the day, you can see how, you can follow the rule of law, understand the pattern, and still be able to achieve certain things. Thank God for the Supreme Court for that judgment, because the truth is that if they do well, we'll clap for them. The time when they mess up, we will tell them, say, we'll not mess up. And I can tell you, the judiciary is messed up. I'm not going to hide it. Nobody believes in them no more. But anytime they manage to give a good judgment, they shock everybody. So everybody will start the clap. Because we know that good judgment does not come from that place. So it's a done deal for Abure and his Arab and B followers and the crazy people that are following him and all those uchins that have been coming out to malign Peter Obi, to dent his integrity and all that. Let me drop it here, guys. Please drop your comments in the comment section. Really love to hear from you. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you for watching this video. Have a blessed remaining part of your day. I'll see you next time.